Earth, the Core War, year 3038. For thousands of years, humanity looked into the night sky and wondered whether it was alone. The answer came in the year 2187. A massive silver object appeared beyond the orbit of Neptune. It did not attack. It did not send threats. It simply waited. When humanity finally reached it, they discovered the first extraterrestrial visitors ever encountered by mankind. The Greys. The Greys were ancient. Their civilization had existed for over 1,000,000 years. They had mastered faster-than-light travel, artificial intelligence, and genetic engineering. They revealed that humanity was one of many intelligent species scattered throughout the galaxy. The revelation changed everything. Over the next 5 centuries, Earth transformed. Wars between nations ended. Borders disappeared. Resources were shared. Humanity united under a single government called the Terran Alliance. The old countries still existed as cultural regions, but the planet now spoke with one voice. By the year 3038, humanity had become an interplanetary civilization. Cities floated in the clouds of Venus. Terraforming projects covered Mars. Mining colonies operated deep beneath the icy crust of Europa. Titan hosted enormous research complexes. Mercury contained fusion power stations capable of supplying energy to entire planets. Humanity had become powerful, but it was still young compared to the ancient races of the galaxy. The 4 great species. The Milky Way was dominated by 4 ancient civilizations. The Greys. The Greys were small beings with large black eyes and pale skin. They valued knowledge above all else. Their fleets contained some of the most advanced technology in known space. They had guided many younger civilizations and considered humanity an ally. Many humans distrusted them, believing they manipulated events behind the scenes. Yet without Grey technology, humanity would never have reached the stars. The Nordics. The Nordics stood over 7 feet tall. They possessed golden hair, pale skin, and glowing blue eyes. To humans, they appeared almost angelic. The Nordics were warriors, philosophers, and explorers. Unlike the Greys, who preferred science, the Nordics believed wisdom and honor were the foundations of civilization. They became humanity's closest allies. Human and Nordic forces often trained together. Some even called them brothers among the stars. The Reptilian Dominion. The Reptilians ruled a vast empire spanning thousands of star systems. They were powerful, heavily armored beings standing over 8 feet tall. Their civilization valued strength above all else. For millions of years, they conquered weaker species and absorbed entire civilizations into their empire. The Reptilians believed Earth belonged to them. They claimed their ancestors had visited the planet millions of years ago before humanity existed. The Terran Alliance rejected their claim. The Reptilians never forgot the insult. The Mantis Collective. The Mantis species were unlike any other race. Towering insectoid beings with emerald exoskeletons and enormous black eyes. They functioned through a collective intelligence known as the hive mind. Every mantis was connected to every other. Their thoughts traveled instantly across entire star systems. The collective believed individuality was a flaw. Human freedom disgusted them. To the mantis, civilization functioned best when every being served a single purpose. They viewed Earth as a dangerous anomaly. The secret beneath Earth. For centuries, scientists studied Earth's interior. The planet's structure seemed well understood. The crust formed the surface. The mantle extended thousands of kilometers downward. Below that lay the core. The outer core was a massive ocean of molten iron and nickel, stretching from approximately 2,900 kilometers to 5,150 kilometers beneath Earth's surface. Temperatures reached between 4,000 and 6,000 degrees Celsius. The movement of this molten metal generated Earth's magnetic field through a process called the geodynamo. At the center rested the solid inner core, or so scientists believed. In 3038, a joint human-gray research mission conducted the deepest scan ever attempted. The results shocked the galaxy. The inner core was not natural. Buried at Earth's center was an enormous artificial structure, a sphere nearly 500 kilometers wide, older than humanity, older than the dinosaurs, older than the moon. The object became known as the Graver Core. No one knew who built it. No records existed. No species claimed responsibility. Even the ancient Greys had never seen anything like it. The first builders. After months of investigation, Grey historians uncovered fragments of forgotten legends. The stories spoke of a civilization older than all known life, a race called the First Builders. Millions of years before the rise of the Greys, Nordics, Reptilians, or Mantis, the First Builders ruled the galaxy. They constructed artificial worlds, moved stars, created wormhole networks spanning thousands of light years, then they vanished. No one knew why. Most scholars considered them mythical, until the discovery beneath Earth. The Graver Core proved they were real, and it contained unimaginable power. The power of the core. When scientists finally activated a tiny portion of the structure, the results were terrifying. A single energy pulse powered every colony in the solar system for 3 months. Another test accidentally altered Earth's magnetic field for several minutes. The Graver Core possessed enough energy to move planets, create stars, open stable wormholes, destroy solar systems. The Terran Alliance immediately classified the discovery, but secrets never stay hidden, especially in the galaxy. The invasion. The first attack came without warning. On July 18, 3038, long-range sensors detected millions of vessels emerging from hyperspace beyond Pluto. The Reptilian Dominion had arrived. Behind them came the Mantis Collective. Together they fielded the largest fleet ever assembled, more than 12 million warships. The stars disappeared behind them. Across Earth, emergency sirens activated. Humanity had faced wars before. Nothing like this. President Elena Ward addressed the planet. Her message was broadcast to every human settlement. We stand together today, not as nations, not as colonies, not as worlds. We stand as one species. Whatever comes, Earth will endure. Millions cheered, millions cried. Many believed they were witnessing humanity's final days. The alliance of Earth within hours, the Greys and Nordics pledged support. Thousands of Grey battle fleets entered the solar system. Nordic armadas followed. For the first time in galactic history, humans, Greys, and Nordics united under a single military command. The Alliance of Earth was born. Its mission was simple: protect the Graver Core, protect Earth, survive. The Battle of Mars. The first major engagement occurred near Mars. More than 2 million ships clashed in orbit. The battle lasted 19 days. Entire fleets vanished in nuclear fire. Railgun slugs traveled at near light speed. Energy weapons illuminated space brighter than the sun. Mars itself suffered devastating damage. Huge sections of its atmosphere escaped into space. But the Alliance held. The Reptilians were stopped, for a time. The fall of Europa. The Mantis Collective struck next. Their biomechanical fleets descended upon Europa. Human defenders fought desperately. For 6 months they resisted. Eventually the moon fell. Nearly 40 million civilians were evacuated before the final assault. The loss shocked humanity. The war was no longer distant. It was coming home. The journey to the core. Meanwhile, scientists discovered the enemy's true objective. They did not want Earth. They wanted the graver core. Reptilian forces began drilling toward the center of the planet. Gigantic machines capable of melting rock at incredible speeds tunneled through the mantle. The Alliance launched its own mission. An elite force of humans, Greys, and Nordics would descend into the planet and reach the graver core first. The mission became known as Operation Deep Light. Thousands volunteered. Only 300 were chosen. Most knew they would never return. The heart of Earth. The descent took weeks. Temperatures climbed beyond anything humans had experienced. Specialized armor protected them from the crushing pressures. At last they reached the chamber. What they found was impossible. A city, an entire city hidden within Earth's core. Ancient towers surrounded the graver core. Machines larger than mountains remained active after millions of years. Lights glowed in colors no human eye had ever seen. The first builders had left far more than an energy source. They had left a message. The final war. Before the message could be decoded, the enemy arrived. Millions of reptilian soldiers, thousands of mantis war forms. The greatest battle in history began. The fighting lasted for 72 continuous hours. Human soldiers fought beside Nordic warriors. Gray battle drones filled the skies. The chamber shook as ancient technology awakened around them. Then the graver core activated. The entire structure came alive. A voice echoed throughout the city. Not human, not gray, not Nordic, not reptilian, not mantis. Something older, something far more powerful. The first builders had not disappeared. They had been sleeping, and humanity had just awakened them. The awakening. Across the galaxy, ancient machines activated. Forgotten stations emerged from black holes. Hidden fleets awoke inside dead stars. Signals older than time itself spread through space. Every civilization heard the same message. The Guardians return. The reptilians stopped fighting. The mantis hive fell silent. Even the Greys appeared terrified. For the first time in history, all races understood the truth. The graver core had never been a weapon. It had been a lock, and humanity had just opened the door. As Earth trembled and stars flickered across the galaxy, billions watched the skies. Something was coming, something ancient, something that had ruled the universe before any known civilization existed. The core war was ending. The age of the first builders was about to begin. And the fate of every world now rested in the hands of humanity, the Greys, and the Nordics. The year was 3038. The greatest war in history had only been the beginning. Thank you for watching Fear Files Real Nightmares. Until next time, keep your lights on and your doors locked.